All right, blessings everyone, and good afternoon. Okay, I'm right now really upset with myself, so I'm going to do a fast shout out to a brother, We Do Not Consent, Ohio, and to a sister, Braveheart. You guys are doing a fantastic job over there, and I really do wish that I was with you on that platform right now. I do, and I was really frustrated with myself yesterday because I wasn't able to get through. And it was very hard for me to communicate and ask questions and to participate at that point because I was just very disappointed that I didn't know how to work these devices and just disappointed. So again, I am truly, truly sorry for all of that. Um, for those that, I don't know, I don't give in and I don't give up. So like I say, another day. But please, I'm asking for patience when it comes to stuff like this, these devices. I never wanted a computer in my home from day one. I fought against it. And now I have to use it in order for me to communicate with my own. Ridiculous. Um, so anyway, I hope you accept my apology, all of you. And I hope we talk soon on a platform. Even if I was to want, if even if it was for me to open up a live stream, and to come over here and have that open conversation, if it was easier for me to do it that way than to hook up and do it the other way around. I don't know. Like I say, I'm willing to hear what you guys have to say about it, really. But we'll get it. I know we will. I have. I know I can. I know I can. Okay. Um, but right now I've been overloaded with this Renaissance and studying this, and yeah, I've been pretty busy. Okay. And just yesterday, like I said, I was so disappointed I couldn't respond, and again I apologize. Okay, so here we have Michael Jackson. Well, we have a friend, and his name is EyeSpy. And EyeSpy has a gift, and he does the totem. Oh, yeah. See, a lot of people left the room, right? Turn me off. Click. There's the stiff necked Christian. Okay. Uh, I didn't know what a totem was. Again, I'm a babe coming right out, like, really. And I didn't know what a totem was. And so I'm like, the first time I see this man's work, I'm in awe. Whoa. I mean, and not only that, what was really a kicker was I just saw what was in my forehead about 2, 3 months prior to meeting EyeSpy. And I had taken a picture. I wanted to tape, but I snapped a picture instead, right? And so when I looked at the picture, I couldn't believe what was in the middle of my forehead. I could see it in the picture. So I sent it to a sister here by email. I sent it to her. And I don't know if she noticed the forehead. Like she did after. I know I said it to her. Like, did you see what's in my forehead? So she looked at it. And what she saw was there was two beasts right beside on either side of me, and their face was towards me, so they're looking right at me, and it's almost like they're a breath away from me, but they don't touch me, but they're right there. Okay. And so I'm like, I'm not worried about the beast. It's nonsense to me. Like, poof, gone, get away from me. Did you see my forehead? Okay. So those pictures are lost. Okay. I don't know what happened there. So anyway, I know what my forehead looks like, right? And then I meet EyeSpy. Well, I want to jump all over this now that he's done this with the light and his gift and what he's pulling out here. And I was like, oh, and then I just saw what it was in my, I mean, okay, yeah. So I met EyeSpy through a comment. And so I decided to come over and check out his channel. When I saw this, it was a totem. They called it a totem. And I'm thinking, I don't know what a totem is, but I didn't bother looking into it either. So I was in awe because I'm looking at this and this man is pulling something out that's already there. This wasn't not about imagination or, anything that he had manifested. All he did was pull it out with a little help. And the other one that says that he has a gift that nobody else has, and it's all about the lighting, and he plays with the light, and I'm talking about Kleck, right? And so I put EyeSpy and Kleck together, and they're gifts, and it was for you to discern what was true and what wasn't. And again, I'm bringing EyeSpy up again because here, again, we need to know what is God's and what isn't. And EyeSpy brings it out so that we can all see. Okay? This is big for me. This is a big, I think, piece of the puzzle. I think this is huge because I believe that EyeSpy, it wasn't easy for him to hold on to this, that there was struggles to hold on to this and to keep that up for everybody to see. I know what it's like to be refused from one of God's, because God's children, I know what that's like. Having to explain myself over and over again, because they are so set in their ways that they can't see, it's really, the wall's pretty thick, So I get it, and I know how hard it is, and I know how lonely it can be. And I'm going to just say here that EyeSpy, I say this, Daniel 2:22. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. And there's a video. I don't know if it's still out or not. I don't know if well, okay, I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Okay, so here, God is telling you the light is with this man when he brings out this darkness. We need to be very careful. You can't be coming from the light and then going to the dark and think you've got the answer. That's not the way it works. It's when you're coming out of the dark. It's when you've known the knowledge of the evil, and you've seen it, touched it, tasted it. You're in it, okay, and you're coming out of that, and you're bringing it, that shadow of death, to you, okay, that you have walked in, this shadow of death. And when I heard Jonathan Clark saying that he was saving the world and he was doing this and he was doing that and he was a messenger from God, I couldn't see it. I'm looking at his work and I'm going, well, what's that going to do for me? What's that going to do for me? How is that going to save me? Pictures on a wall, lighting. What's that going to do? But then when I saw the light and how EyeSpy used his gift by bringing out something that is already there. This is truth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you and share with you the gift of this man who I call a friend, who I think you prefer to be called a friend, right? Okay? And it's about one more thing I forgot to mention, but the power of prayer. Now, the power of prayer, I gave a testimony of where my daughter had the out-of-body experience. And it was around midnight, and I used to pray every night. Well, I used to, but every night. And during this time, my daughter, she gets up, it's about midnight, and she comes over to me and she says, "Mom, I just died." I said, "What do you mean you just died?" She goes, "I just died, Mom." And I thought, okay, talk to me. And she told me she was on the outside of the house under her window, and she came around and she went in through the side door to go into her bedroom, and she has to go up 4 stairs to get to her room. And there was a woman standing there at the door, and she said the woman looked mean, and she pushed her and she fell back, and then she took a breath. Well, right there I knew the power of prayer, because I prayed every night for an angel to be at every door at night, that there would be an angel guarding us. And I asked for protection on the property every night. And then when she told me this, I knew. So it was months later, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to bring it up. It was months later. I took a picture of my house. Oh, come on. Now, this isn't all that great. I used to do this by phone before I moved up tablet. Now I'm moving towards the laptop. But here we go. This is the best I can do at this point. But here is the picture of my house. Here's the garage here. Okay, I got a car here. I'm going to see if I can... Okay, I guess that's the best I can do. Okay, so I just took a picture of it. And this was right after, my daughter having that out-of-body experience. So then, now if you look at my garage here, okay, there's the house. You got the car, okay. Now, this here, that's my siding on the house. On the garage. All over here, that's all siding. Okay. Couldn't figure out what was this. What's this? Why is there no siding in this area? Well, for months it puzzled me, right? And then it hit me. This is the part that wasn't protected. And I went, what? That was the part that wasn't protected. Why wasn't it protected? One, I thanked, and I'm very thankful that I was able to see this. And now I'm not going to know why this part was not protected. And I found out later, again, with a sigh, it's the Toronto Raptors basketball net. Talk about the simplicity and the severity of this. The Raptures, the Toronto Raptures, and it was not protected. That was put there willingly. Okay, power of prayer. So those were my experiences, which leads me to hope, right? Okay. Okay. Talk about hope, eh? All right. So here's this beautiful, 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 innocent baby. Okay. Just gorgeous. Well, when I met EyeSpy, and I say that what he had done was he had brought it out that's already within us, right? And we all have one. See, this is important, okay? We all have one. So, all right. So I thought this was very brave of EyeSpy to bring this young child forward and to use this child to bring out the truth of this totem that we have and what it means, or what we should be leaning to find out what it means, right? Because this is real. This is not an image or an imagination at all. What you see is very real, and we all have one. So let's just look at this for a minute and think about it, okay? But this baby is pure, all right? This, as far as I'm concerned, the only person that has touched this child is the mother and father, right? Well, okay, you know what I mean. Pure. Okay. From heaven, all things are pure. So let's just watch this. right? I mean, okay. And there was a comment that I thought was pretty interesting. Hasn't had too many physical experiences to have any dimensional elements within him. What you see is the starter imprint of the parents. And that made sense. You know, it really did. Okay, so here we have Michael Jackson. Okay. Now I want to talk about the power of prayer. Okay, so you saw it with myself where my daughter has the outer body experience, and through my prayer, the angel pushes her back into her body. Okay, and this is where she takes her breath. And then you see on the garage, you can see, all right, the Toronto Raptors and the simplicity of that, but you can see that that area was not protected. Okay. So now, when you see the child, you can say, well, yeah, where does that come from? Well, okay, God, the parents, you know, all right? Whatever the case, it's not demonic. You're not seeing a bunch of eyes all over the place, right? So let's just see the difference. Okay, this is what happens, and that I think that what happens here is called the power of prayer, because there's a lot of people that pray for this man, Michael Jackson, when he was a child growing up all of his life. From generation to generation, this man has been an idol for many. He's, you know, merchandise. He's turned you into merchandise as far as what you wear, what, you know, the colors, everything, everything, everything went to this man in prayer near the end. Would you not agree? I personally believe there was a lot of people that were afraid of Michael Jackson. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, we can agree, like I say, a lot of prayers, right? Well, let's just see what the power of prayer will do to someone. I remember I remember watching him when I was a child. Really. I grew up with him. He was a child that was handed over to Baal. They say there's a real big reason why there's a significance going on with the moon and the moonwalk with Michael Jackson. And it's all to do with energy, vibration. It was all about music. He was all about music. Look at the dark side of music there, and he was truly consumed. And Horace, you know, I mean, he always touched his private parts. Always. The color purple. Very significant. Why? I mean, The eyes, they're all a bunch of eyes all over. You know, when you think of totems too, you know, you can go back to the, you know, the Old Testament, right? And what do they talk about a lot there? They, you know, you've got the lamb, you've got the wolf, you've got the lion, you've got the fish, you've got the bird, you got the dragon, you know. So if you were to put that on a totem pole and you put the fish and the lion and the sheep and, you know, what does it say to you? Is it something that you worship, or is it a story that's being told? You know? Like everybody has their own nation and their own clan, you know? It's not about the worship. It's a story. Okay, so look at that. Look at, whoa. Okay, so we now know that this is, you know, his end days, close to his end days. And, you know, I want, you know, really pay a close attention to the inner eye here. Something is definitely going on here. I know that you can see someone standing there. I get it. But there's something going on here. Okay, just wanted to mention that. But here we go. This is the power of prayer, and that's everybody praying for him. To this very day, they still pray for this man. They worship this man. They idol this man. They wear the style of his clothing, the music they play. Everything is based on this man. And it was all about the tone, music, sound, vibration, air. Sorry. Isn't that something? Right? Right? Talk about a beast. Unreal. It's like that alien movie with the alien inside the head. Daniel 2:22. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. The light is with you, my darling. Mm-mm-mm. Where is it? Look at this. Okay, I wanted to show you something here. Don't believe it was that. So you can understand it's like the power of prayer, that this man has more prayers over him than the Pope or anybody else that I know of, even of an actress or, I mean, they just fade away as far as I'm concerned after generation, but this man just lives on and gets stronger and stronger and stronger, so he is truly worshipped, and this is the beast that you see within the man. I mean, I can't, how else do you explain this? I mean, how could you not see that? And this is what our friend here does, is he just takes the light and he pulls it right out. And this is what we're seeing. So it makes you ask who you're praying for. And then there was this one here. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. Through briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dwelleth among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk and go down into Egypt, and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. His totem looks like a sword, in the shape of a sword, for me. Look at this thing. Now that tells a story. I want to thank you so much for sharing your gift and the light to shine the light in this dark place. Thank you, my friend. Good job. It took a lot of courage. Till next time, no fear, be love, and give hope.